Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a purchase or pass video. There are a lot of new products that I want to talk about, including quite a few eyeshadow palettes. There are some gorgeous palettes that I am kind of considering, and then there are a couple of brands I haven't really talked about in these videos, but they released some interesting products. So I would love to hear your thoughts. If you guys have tried these products or these brands, please let me know in the comment section below. I would also love to hear which products caught your eye, which ones you'll be skipping over. I do want to say thank you to Function of Beauty for sponsoring today's video. I've been using these products for 2 full months. I've been enjoying them so much, and I'm excited to chat about them on my channel. Function of Beauty creates custom hair care products that are cruelty-free and vegan. So you go on the website, and it's actually really fun. You get to fill out this 2-minute hair quiz outlining your personal hair type and preferences. You can choose up to 5 different hair goals that you want to target. So my personal hair tends to be very dry. It does break easily because I do use a lot of heat on it. It tends to be pretty frizzy. So I chose goals that would help me deep condition my hair, hydrate my hair, obviously, replenish it, strengthen it, and then I also chose anti-frizz. You also get to choose fun things like the fragrance and the color. I chose Cherry Blossom, which smells amazing, and I picked pink because that is my favorite color. You can also choose fragrance-free and dye-free, and then of course you get to customize the name on the bottle, so mine say my name and dry up, but you can choose anything you want. This formula has just been perfect for me. My hair looks and feels a lot more hydrated. I've been dealing with a lot less breakage and flyaways, and my hair has been so much less frizzy. It's just a lot more smooth, whether I wear it, and let it dry naturally, or if I heat style it. So I think that this is amazing. Like I said, I've been using these products for 2 months. I use them every other day, and I still have over half the bottles left. So it really is a great value, especially for a custom shampoo and conditioner. I've also been using this deep conditioning hair mask once a week. They have a couple of different hair care products that you can customize and add onto your order, but this one is great if you have dry hair like I do, because it's a very nourishing deep conditioning mask that just helps to infuse your hair with moisture as well. And then Function of Beauty does offer a subscription service, so if you don't want to have to worry about repurchasing your products and running out of them, you can sign up for that and customize it, whether you want to get it every month, every 3 months, every 6 months. So if you guys want to try out Function of Beauty, I'll put a link at the top of the description box below so you guys can try them out for yourself. Their products are free from things like parabens, sulfates, GMOs, toxins. Like I said, they are cruelty-free and 100% vegan, which is great. So I'm sure you guys will love them as much as I do. Thanks again to Function of Beauty for sponsoring today's video, and let's jump into the rest of it. Okay, so last week I talked about the new Melt Cosmetics 420 palette, and I told you guys that I thought the palette was gorgeous, but I wasn't planning on buying it just because there were some shades in it that I knew I wouldn't get a ton of use out of, like the brighter yellows, the lime green, and then on top of that there was I think only one shimmer shadow in the entire palette, and I just love shimmer shadows. So I totally thought that was Melt's only release this year other than the Millennial Pink palette, but then a bunch of you guys left comments on my video telling me they did release another palette between Millennial Pink and the 420 palette, and that one was called the Rust palette. So I wanted to talk about that one in today's video. It's not a brand new release, but I think it was maybe near the end of March. Somehow it totally flew under my radar and I completely missed it. I actually did purchase a Melt palette as my palette for the month of April, and I went with the Smoke Sessions palette. I've talked about that palette so much on my channel that I decided to finally grab it. I'm sick of talking about it and telling you guys that I want to try it, so I finally decided to pick it up, and I am excited to get that one in the mail. So as soon as I get it, I will definitely film a video using it, but I did consider this one instead. I kind of went back and forth on the two. The Rust palette is available now for $58, and it is a warmer toned neutral palette with 10 shadows. It looks like it has 3 shimmers and 7 mattes, and as much as I love a good colorful eyeshadow palette, there's just something about a gorgeous neutral palette that does pull me in, and I feel like I would be able to get so much use out of this because the colors are great for everyday wear, whether it's a quick and easy simple eyeshadow look or maybe something a little bit more smoky. In the end, when I think of Melt, I usually think of something a little bit more unique and colorful and bright, so I think that's why I decided to go with the Smoke Sessions palette. Also, I've been wanting that one for such a long time. If I'm still thinking about trying this one in a few months, or if I want to buy another neutral palette, this will probably be the one that I go with, but I am so excited that I finally purchased Smoke Sessions, and I cannot wait to get it in the mail. So I just wanted to touch on the Rust palette in case you guys missed it as well. Ofra actually released a new palette, and I am curious to try more from Ofra. I recently tried the Ofra Samantha March collection, and I was so impressed by every single product. Before that, I had tried their liquid lipsticks and their highlighters, but I can safely say there isn't an Ofra product that I've tried that I don't like. So I'm a little bit curious to try their eyeshadows. I don't think I even realized they had eyeshadow palettes, or maybe I knew that and I just didn't consider them, but either way, this new Ofra Glitch 2000 Baked Eyeshadow Palette definitely caught my eye. It is available now and it retails for $29. It looks like it comes with 9 removable shadows. The palette has a little bit of wasted space. I wish it was like a more small, compact palette, but other than that, it does look nice. There are a variety of colorful and neutral tones, and what I love about this palette is the fact that they're all shimmer or metallic finishes. I think when a lot of people talk about eyeshadow palettes, they always mention how they want the palette to have more matte shadows than shimmers, but I'm the opposite because I have my go-to staple matte shadows, and I'm always looking for like a new or interesting shimmer shadow for the lid. If these are anything like Ofra highlighters, they're going to be super intense, which is kind of why I want to try them out. So this palette is definitely in the running for my May palette. I did purchase my April palette pretty late, so I'm already thinking about May, but I haven't heard anything either way about Ofra shadows. So if you guys have tried them, I would love to know if you think they're worth the money, but I am considering this one. Ofra also released new shades of their Flexi Slicks, and again, I haven't tried these because I haven't tried a lot of Ofra products. I do love their liquid lipsticks. I feel like they stay in place well. They have gorgeous colors. These are a little bit different. They're described as a hybrid lip product, so they have flexible color that goes on creamy like a gloss with the pigment of a liquid lipstick. I feel like Smashbox used to have a product like this, and I wanted it to work for me, but when it comes to gloss, I definitely prefer more of a sheer gloss that's a little bit more forgiving. I don't like really pigmented glosses because they get everywhere. Actually, the Too Faced Tutti Frutti glosses kind of sound like these as well. They get on my teeth, they kind of move around. If I accidentally like touch my lips, I'll end up with like a bright gloss everywhere. And I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like that, but I just want my glosses to be a little bit more sheer or my liquid lipsticks to dry down. A hybrid between the two doesn't sound super appealing to me. So I won't be buying these, but they do have a few new shades available if you guys are interested. So I wanted to talk about the brand Aether Beauty because I have gotten some requests to review their palettes on my channel. Every once in a while, a few of you guys tell me that you are really into their products or you're really curious about the brand. And they're coming out with this new eyeshadow palette. This one is the Joshua Tree Desert Matte Eyeshadow Palette, and it's available now for $58. Okay, I don't know much about this brand, but I'm on Sephora's website. It sounds like they make an effort to use sustainable packaging and ingredients. Oh, here's some more information. Okay, so it says that they are vegan, cruelty-free. They use clean formulas with organic and fair trade ingredients, and they have completely zero waste packaging. Oh, okay, so that's good to know. I'm guessing that's why their price point is a little bit higher. This palette is pretty. It comes with 12 matte shadows, and you do get a range. You get some browns, some really pretty greens, and a few colorful tones. It looks nice, but I feel like $58 for 12 matte shadows is pretty expensive. Like I told you guys, I just love shimmer shadows, and truthfully, I can probably duplicate the majority of these matte shadows with other products in my collection. If I was a matte eyeshadow lover, I might be more interested in trying this one out, but let me take a look at their other palettes. I don't usually love palettes that have different sized pans. Like when the eyeshadow pans are a little bit different, sometimes it bothers me. But for some reason, I think the layout of these palettes is pretty and a little bit eye-catching. The palette that probably catches my eye the most would be their Amethyst Crystal Gemstone palette. This is gorgeous. It comes with 12, let me click it. So this one comes with 12 different shades. It says that they are cosmic inspired, and there are ultra mattes, shimmers, duochromes, and metallics. This one sounds a lot more appealing to me just because you get a variety of finishes, and of course the colors are gorgeous. I'm a little hesitant to spend so much money on a formula that I haven't tried or haven't heard a lot about, but I am curious to try some new brands this year. I've been trying to step outside the box a little bit and not just buy only ColourPop palettes because that is my favorite formula. So I think I'll add this one to my loves list and then, consider it for one of my palette purchases for 2020. But as for their newer palette, their Joshua Tree Desert palette, I won't be buying that one. Okay, so Tarte has a new palette. This one is the Busy Gal Goals Eye and Cheek palette. It's available now on Ulta's website for $39. It looks like it comes with a highlighter, a blush, and then 9 shadows. It's been such a long time since I've purchased a new Tarte palette. It's actually been a while since I've purchased anything from Tarte, to be honest. Their products just don't typically catch my eye, and that's okay because not every brand is going to appeal to everyone. I like the idea of this palette. I think cheek and eye palettes can be nice, especially if you're not somebody who feels the need to have multiple palettes. Maybe you like to use the same palette every day. This might be a great option for you. There are some pretty tones in here, and the swatches look pretty. Like, there are some neutrals, but also some berries, a few deeper shades. I will say, even though this one doesn't wow me, I do think that this is a practical palette that a lot of people would get use out of. It's a little bit different than like their typical just warm toned neutral palette. There's more variety within the shadows. So if you do love Tarte's formula or you like eye and cheek palettes, you might enjoy this one, but I personally will be skipping over it. I just don't think I need to have it in my collection. Some of you guys were asking me if I was going to try the new Tarte concealer. This is their C Hydrocealer concealer. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's a confusing name. So it is available now for $24. It comes in 30 shades. Let's see how they describe this. I'm assuming it's going to be a hydrating concealer. They say it's a medium coverage, natural finish concealer made to move with your skin to cover imperfections and hydrate for up to 12 hours. That sounds really nice. I feel like a lot of brands come out with matte full coverage concealers, but good hydrating concealers are what a lot of people are asking for. And for me, I do like a good full coverage matte concealer because my skin's oily, and I always get super oily like right in this area where I typically do apply concealer. So for me, I need something a little bit more long wearing, but I know a lot of people have been asking for more hydrating options. On days where I do want something a little bit more hydrating, I'll just reach for my ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer, or I'll mix that with a more mattifying concealer. So again, I personally don't need this one, but it is nice to see something different than the typical full coverage matte concealer. So I won't be picking this up, but I am curious to see how it performs and what people think. So I've heard a little bit about the brand Kosas, but I haven't looked into their products too much just because there are so many brands, there are so many releases that sometimes it can be very overwhelming, but they did release a product that caught my eye. As you guys know, I do have a hard time finding good bronzers, but I have to say I've been a lot less picky these days. Or maybe brands are just creating amazing formulas that I can't resist, but I feel like I've been reaching for slightly shimmery bronzers, slightly warm toned bronzers, and in the past that's not something I would have really gone for, but after trying the Samantha March Ofra bronzer, I really enjoy like a good warm toned bronzer that has a little bit of shimmer in it. It just makes your skin look so naturally glowy. So I'm kind of curious to see what else is out there. This bronzer is supposed to be a moisturizing baked bronzer that has shea butter, and it's also supposed to provide an effortless one-stepped sculpt, highlight, and color for your whole face. So again, this kind of sounds like it would give your skin a nice natural glow. It is vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free. It comes in recyclable, I can never say this word, recyclable, whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Packaging that is able to be recycled. And I feel like it's nice that brands are starting to take this into consideration. I just talked about Aether Beauty. I know Persona Cosmetics did that with their newest blush, and they just essentially eliminated the mirror, which did help as well. So I do like that. But this is supposed to have a creamy payoff, a weightless feel, and it just says that it's supposed to give your skin a pop of that warm, beautiful glow you would get in golden hour light. I love that. They say this is the easiest bronzer ever. You can't mess it up. And I mess up so many bronzers. Like, bronzer application is so difficult for me. So this just sounds really appealing, and I do want to grab it. So I think I might actually pick this up and try out a new formula. So speaking of glowy products, Dominique Cosmetics released their skin gloss, which looks really interesting. These are gorgeous. There are 4 shades. They are $25 each, or you can buy them in a bundle for $80. I'm pretty sure these are cream products. It says that these provide a glassy finish to the face, eyes, and lips, and they're infused with hyaluronic acid to give your skin a smooth finish. These are pretty. I wish that I loved using cream products, but typically I don't. I have a couple that I like and a few that I enjoy, but 9 times out of 10, I'd rather reach for a powder. I just find them easier to work with, and they stay in place a little bit better on my skin. So as beautiful as these are, I know that I won't get a ton of use out of them, so I don't think I'll be picking them up, but they look nice and great for spring and summer. Okay, so last week I mentioned the new Fenty gloss set that is currently available, and I actually saw that my other favorite gloss formula is also available in a mini set as well. So Buxom released 1 set at Sephora and 1 set at Ulta. Each set comes with 4 mini glosses for $25. I'm such a fan of mini lip products and mini cheek products because I never use up an entire lip product or an entire cheek product. So I love when brands do minis, and that's typically like the only time I'll buy new glosses these days. And I love that you get 4 for $25 because that's like the cost of one full-sized gloss. So I just wanted to share these with you in case you guys are interested. The Ulta set is called the Scoop It Up set, and it comes with 4 different shades: Bellini, Pink Champagne, Dominique, and Samantha. I do have Bellini and Samantha, which I do love. And then the Sephora set is called the Top It Off set, and this one comes with Daiquiri, Dolly, Sandy, and Rose Julep. I think the only shade out of those that I have is Dolly. I'm so tempted to buy that because I love the Buxom glosses so much. I need to go through the ones that I have and see if I can kind of dupe those colors because I do have quite a few Buxom glosses, but I love that you can get minis. Minis are the best because you get the chance to try out multiple colors for the same price as one full-sized gloss. So I just wanted to throw those out there, and I love that they did 2 different sets, one at Sephora and one at Ulta. The last thing I wanted to touch on would be the new Real Techniques brushes. Their new collection is called Cashmere Dreams, and they do have a variety including face brushes and eye brushes. So it looks like they have one set for the eye brushes, but if you purchase the face brushes, they're around like $13 each, which is kind of expensive. I'm all about affordable brushes. There are some high-end brushes that I like Smashbox, It Cosmetics. They're both great, but honestly, I discovered BH Cosmetics, and you can get a full set for like $30, and typically they run really good sales, so you can get one for an even better price point. So I do have some brushes from Real Techniques. In fact, I would say they're one of my favorite brush brands, but I don't think that their regular brushes are quite that expensive. I guess I don't normally purchase their brushes as singles because they typically have sets where you get 3 or 4, but I just feel like $13 for one brush is pretty expensive because there are so many brands that offer them for an even better discount. So, you know, if I'm being honest with myself, I do not need any new brushes. I have quite a few. I just recently washed all of them and I realized how many I had. I decluttered quite a few, and I think right now I'm just going to take a break from buying any new ones. So these look gorgeous, but I personally don't need them. So anyways, that is the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you want to check out Function of Beauty, I'll put a link in the description box below so you can get 20% off your order. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.